Mm. Citizens, how's your spirit? Mine, ookie. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice this morning, but whew, sometimes you can't be prepared for what a chronic illness is going to put you through. And today is definitely one of those days. So we are going to stream and do our absolute best to get through this, okay, guys? But that's what today is about. Today's stream is all about self care and how you can take better care of yourself, your community, your partner. Uh, and some of that starts with just knowing who you are and what's going on, right? So, good morning, Lady C. Thank you for showing up so much today. Your energy gives me the energy to be here this morning. I hope your spirit's doing well. You got a theme song for me? Drop it in the comments. I'm willing to not worry about monetization today and see if we can't get our spirits in a good mood. Okay? Uh, so this stream was supposed to start out with some sage and a whole kind of me telling you how it is that I start my cleansing when I do self care. Because self care isn't just about washing your body or washing your hair. Let's show you. I'm going to take my headphones off so y'all can see I did my hair. Well, I got my hair done. It's one of those things, excuse me, with fibromyalgia. Excuse me. One of the things I can't do is lift my arms above my head consistently or for a long time. I'm sure a lot of you all who've got longer hair understand this, pulling your arms all the way up, trying to get it done, and then doing it again, and doing that repeatedly. This hair, it's not exceptionally long. It comes down to just below my shoulders, but it takes about 2.5 hours by myself to do that. And that's a lot. So I had someone do it, but as you can see, it wasn't fancy. But that's one of those things I do for my personal self care because doing my hair or having my hair neat, clean, parts in my locks, that means something to me. It makes me feel good to have clean hair. And it makes me feel like I'm presenting the best version of myself to the world. Good morning, blind guy, his wife, their life. Thank you guys so much. I really do love your theme song this morning. If you check it out over on YouTube Music, I started to create a playlist for the day. Any theme songs that I get, I try to add those to my playlist. Eventually, I will turn it into something that will be private, and there'll be giveaways for members over on my go buy me a coffee. But that's a work in progress. Excuse me. Unique view. Good morning to you. How's your spirit? Have you created anything this morning? I look forward to seeing it. Excuse me. So if I were to do this, and I can't this morning, guys, because the for whatever reason my body is reacting funny this morning and I've been rather nauseous. I've actually been sick, so I won't light the sage, but I do want to show you what my cleansing setup consists of. It's probably time for some new things, but I don't think that that's the most important thing to me or the universe. It's just getting it done and setting my intentions, excuse me, for the day. Guys, can you please put a yes or a one in the comments if the sound is okay despite my voice right now? I greatly appreciate it. It's a bit of a struggle this morning, but we're going to make it through. All right, so let me drop this banner and then I'll show you. So, and we hear a lot of times, thank you for that, Lady C. I greatly appreciate it. Excuse me. My vivid life, thank you so much for coming in today. How's your spirit, beautiful Kelly? You got a theme song for me this morning? Excuse me. So, each day, and sometimes several times throughout the day, I light my sage and I cleanse my house, smudge my home, I smudge myself, I cleanse my spirit, my energy. Um, so I believe that you should start from a natural base. So I've got a wood base holding all of my things in it. The sage, of course, my poor little bundle's been through a lot today. um, I use a candle to light my sage. Let me see if I can get this out of here. Yeah. So I use a candle to light the sage, and I use a match to light the candle, right? And then in this little silver jar here is a little bit of water, so that when I'm done, I can put the sage out. I don't want it to burn all the way up. It'll kind of smell like Thanksgiving for 2 or 3 days, if you know what I'm saying. I'm so glad to see you all having a good chat with one another. I'm so glad to see the Struggle Stream family coming together. Again, some of you received my email about Discord. I am working on setting it up today. I will continue to work on it. Excuse me. As I said yesterday, I'm going to go live Saturday through Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'll be doing that, but in the afternoons, and by Wednesday, hopefully by Thursday, I'll be able to have the Struggle Stream family channel set up. My personal Discord is already set up. You can find it under Chronic Citizen. I'll try to add it to the description today in case anyone wants to go over and just take a look at what it actually looks like. Excuse me. But so in this cleansing process, once I've lit my sage, and basically it's just taking the sage, excuse me, take your sage and then light it over the candle, and then allow it to come to a full kind of orangish red as much as possible with the flame. And then you can let it go out a little, or you can blow it out, right? But then at that point, the first thing you want to do is kind of cleanse yourself. And I pretty much say, what my intention is to cleanse this vessel, which is my body, and the spirit or energy that passes through of all negative displaced energy, and refill it with positive, purposeful, peaceful energy, right? And really the gist is just to make sure you're saying you want to release yourself, your body, your home, your spirit of all of the negative things, and and refill it with positivity, right? And then the things that are most important to you. What do you value? I value my peace. I value positivity. Um, I value productivity. We are in a time where people are okay with not moving forward. Excuse me. Oh wow, that was terrible, y'all. Um, we're in a space where so many of us are apathetic, right? The world is what it is, and we're allowing it to beat us up. We're surviving instead of thriving, and so I have to have a positive, productive mindset in order to make that happen. Indeed, blind guy, his wife, their life. It does. Sage does so much more than just smell good and make you feel all whatever inside. Also, you can do this with other dried herbs. There'll be people who will say to you, "Well, you're not indigenous or Native American or whatever." There's been some form of cleansing your spirit in our culture in the diaspora for just as long, maybe under a different term, maybe done slightly different. But if you know frankincense and myrrh, mm, then you get the gist of having sage and cleansing your home and your spirit. After you go around your body, then you need to go around all of your doors and windows before you do anything else. Your body, then your doors and windows. Please make sure that your doors and windows are open. Otherwise, where is the negative energy going to go? But circulate around the house, right? Open your doors and windows, right? And then just start at one spot. Go around each door and window. Say the same thing. You're cleansing your home, your vessel, your spirit of all negative, displaced energy. You're refilling it with positive, purposeful, peaceful energy. Whatever it is that matters to you, that's important to you, that you need to get through your day, right? And then see whether or not you need a new theme song. You woke up this morning. I woke up this morning actually feeling fantastic. Y'all, I was ready to take on the day. We're going to have a great conversation all about, how we need to teach our men self-care, how to show them by example, and how to support them, help them to understand that taking a little bit of time for yourself to soak in a bubble bath isn't a bad thing. Taking a little bit of time for yourself to cleanse your spirit and the spirit of those around you. If that means that you have to pour out or empty your vessel by crying a little bit, that's okay. If you have to empty your vessel by going into your man cave or whatever it is and cussing up a full blown storm for 30 minutes and then coming out, if that's how you cleanse your spirit, that's how you cleanse your spirit. Release all of the negativity so that you can refill yourself with positive energy from whatever source it is that you do that, right? And I think one of the things that we need to keep in mind about this whole thing, how I cleanse or do whatever is me. I'm telling you how I do it so that you understand that you have to set up some type of process. So it's the same every time. For instance, I'll explain to you why. Because I have fibromyalgia, I also have chronic fatigue. They're not One is not the result of the other. I have them both, but they have combined at least 300 plus symptoms. And at times, I can't remember how to function at all. When the pain gets too hard, when the folks upstairs start to try to fracture, and every emotion wants to go its own way and be on stage. I need everything else to have structure, to be set up in a ritual kind of way, muscle memory, routine. So if I know my cleansing kit is all ready to go, if I know my cannabis is all set up in a drawer back there and ready for me, I can move a certain way. I can get up despite how I feel, despite the fact that my brain's cloudy and I can't think straight. I can get up. I can go and, wash my face, brush my teeth. What was my theme song as soon as I woke up? Misery or Great. Right now it's Misery, so we're going to go with that, right? So my theme song's not fantastic. I go ahead and do my cleansing. I smudge myself. I smudge my home. I medicate. And then after you medicate, you see how things go from there, right? Now, do I need a new theme song? Kelly's got a great one. By Your Side by Sade. I am, like I said earlier, in case you missed it, I'm adding these songs to my own playlist. You can find it under my name, I think, in YouTube Music. But later on, I'm going to make these private and I'm going to give them out either as gifts to some of you A1 Day ones whose theme songs I've been trying to collect for some time, or some type of giveaway for events that we do, kind of the way that Marcus asked you to give back to the Black community when he does his little wind spill. Wheel spin. I said wind spill. Y'all, brain fog. It's amazing that I can be up here right now. Okay. So also, because of the way that I feel, I am going to drop the link sooner than later, probably at the 30-minute mark. And we're just going to talk. All I want to know is, what's your self care like? Does it include cleansing your spirit? And I want to talk to you about what your spirit is. So, that's important because it's Sunday and we're not in church. This is not church. Nor do I intend for it to supplement that. Hey, Scorpion, so glad to see you. How's your spirit today? Happy Sunday to you. Um, but your spirit is other than that. Your spirit isn't your soul. It's not your body. It's not even your mood. Your spirit is the energy that you put out into the world. Your spirit is the energy that you sit with every day. Your spirit is the thing that connects you to the person next to you, or your neighbor, or the dude on the corner spinning a sign that you don't even know. It is this one piece inside of us that connects us to the universe, right? And that little bit of us moves and needs the same thing, right? It has to be nurtured into existence. Right. It got them into the ritual of washing their hands at Blind Guy His Wife Their Life. uh, and some of the older gentlemen, of course, y'all keep it up. I love the swag, the clean shade, they're just fresh. I grew up with fresh dudes. One of those things about me, and my sister and I talked about this recently. I think it's because of where we're from, but I am fascinated by pimps. Their peacock level is fierce, honey, second to none. And with all due credit and respect, I mean, if you're gonna be out here having women, you know, do what they do, then you definitely have to be about your business, right? And they just clean up and smell good and look good, and they walk with this air of confidence about them. Don't get me wrong. I never wanted to interact with one. And when I read the books, Iceberg Slim, all those pimping books, I never wanted to be a girl. I wanted to be him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be clean. I wanted to be in charge. Not wanted to run the show. And, I guess in my own way, I found a way to do that, right? Scorpion's theme song today is Keep On Moving. I love it. Keep on moving. Don't stop. Clap at the hands of time. Tick tock. Find your own way to stay. Sorry, y'all. My voice is completely shot. Um, I need to get some hot tea in my system, but we'll do that for later on. Anyway, um, back to what I was saying. So your spirit, as I said, is what you put into the world. And when I found out that I was going to be a mother, I well, maybe more specific. When I found out I was going to be the mother of a son, and I couldn't be one of those who waited until the day that he was born. I had to have the ultrasound that showed me right away. So when I found out that the third was going to be here, I had to think about what kind of dude I wanted him to be, right? And as I said before, at the time that I was growing up, in my 20s, young men weren't expected to live past 25. Ellie JJ, so glad to see you in the house. Good morning. Just Fine by Mary. That's a fantastic theme song. I need it this morning. I'm struggling, but I'm here. Um, and so I needed to figure out what kind of mother I was going to be. And more importantly, what I wanted to pour into my sons. And under the climate, the things, the information that I knew at the time, I wanted them to be positive, upstanding young black men who gave back to their community, right? And so I had to move that way. I had to begin to pour love into them. I had to begin to make sure that I was peaceful, positive, productive. I had to be their example as much as possible in as many things, as many ways as possible. Not just because I would end up being a single mother, but also because their father would be deployed a lot. And I had to kind of bear the brunt of two roles. I did, as I talked about in Frank Gooden's stream last night. Shout out to Frank. Um, I always made sure that I had males around who I thought were shining examples of black masculinity. Not what I thought was appropriate black male behavior all the time, right? Because I'm not a black man. I don't know exactly what it is to be a black man. So even these ones who might be a little bit weird, off the spectrum, black sheepish, they can teach your children something. Yeah, you have to have boundaries and parameters that you set in your home, right? That's part of creating that peaceful space that you need, you know, the boundaries, the setup every day, knowing that there's structure. But men who are different, who don't think like you, that's okay to have them around. Why? Your children need a perspective. They need a wide ranging view of people in their lives, because they're going to come in contact with so many different people. One of my privileges as a black woman is that my father did join the military. I got to go to Germany, Spain. I got to see things that other folks in my cohort would never see at that time. Yeah, I was 16, 17 when I went to Spain with my younger sister as her chaperone. Y'all better stop playing. I don't know what anybody was thinking. We had a blast and we were well behaved, but I'm just saying, excuse me, that mattered. All of those things matter. That's a part of taking care of yourself, of your spirit, remembering where you came from. As a blind guy, his wife, that life said earlier, rituals are African way to cleanse, but rituals are a part of connecting us to our heritage, to our history, to where we come from. On a side note, y'all listen. Quita is very, 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 very protective of her theme song. Love her to death. You can have any other song from Luther, but you can't have that one. It's all hers. And I understand it. When it grounds you, when it means something to you, that's important. And you want to share it, you know. And when your spirit is clean and whole and positive, and you have an abundance of positive energy, you want to share it. You want that feeling to overflow into other people. You want them to understand that no matter what, you can get through it. Y'all, look at me. I'm going to see if I can't show y'all this picture versus trying to connect my phone. Okay. I took this picture this morning right when I sent the message saying that I was going to be running late because I was in the midst of, you know, let's call it morning sickness just for kindness sake, right? Let's see. Oh, y'all might not be able to see it. Can you see that face? That was how I felt this morning. That was how I looked when I came to sit down here and start this stream today. I didn't want to. I didn't want to start this stream because that's how I looked. That's how I felt. I didn't want to give you all that energy. I didn't want that to ooze out onto you all, right? We feel that way when it comes to the people around us and in our closest circle, our barbecue family members. We don't want to ooze that onto them. So that's why we cleanse our spirit. That's why we cleanse our home, right? That's why we try to create a peaceful, positive environment. That's why I created this space for you to unpack your black so that when you are at home with your people, you're not oozing all of that stuff onto them. You know, to me, Unpack Your Black is my form of therapy for our people. I don't think that all of us need to go and sit in a doctor's office for an hour, 30 minutes, pay them a bunch of money to go and relive all of our traumas. Even with cognitive behavioral therapy, you know, you're mindful of the things that happened to you and how you felt in that moment. Bruh, I don't need you to remind me how I felt in that moment. I feel now. What we need are to start having conversations, right? To sit on the porch once again, chit chat, talk about what's going on in our community, what's going on in our lives. Stop trying to be, I don't know what it is, independent, strong, brave, not need anybody to the point where you can't share, where you can't let go of some of the things that have happened to you. Talk to someone else. You're not putting that on them. You're getting it out of you. You're releasing that painful energy from your vessel. You don't have to spend $100 an hour to do that. My favorite Christmas album outside of the Temptations Christmas, because, well, I think that's just a Black family staple, is Alexander O'Neill's Christmas album. But I do think that Luther had a fantastic one. And on that subject of Christmas, like I said, I don't celebrate those holidays, but I do have people over every Christmas, Thanksgiving. Why? My mom did. My mother did it because we were military, we were in Germany, and there was a whole bunch of soldiers, most of them Black, who couldn't go back home for the holidays, right? So they would have been stuck in the barracks with a Thanksgiving MRE, or they'd go to the DFAC and they'd make them some Thanksgiving food, you know, and then say, oh, well, you all can hang out and blah, blah, blah. And they'd host some type of courtesy event or whatever. But nothing, like that, like family, like love. So my mother would invite them over. She'd make um, enough food to feed a small army, sort of what they were, I guess. And then she would pour into them love and laughter and family, friendship, letting them know that they weren't alone, even though they were across the pond from everybody that they knew and loved. There was somebody right here who looks similar to those people that you miss, who's willing to give you that love and support. That's the rituals from my life. Why do I stream on Saturday morning and Sunday morning? The ritual from my life is getting up, cleaning up, spending time with family, taking care of our responsibilities, making sure our home is good, right? I'm sharing my rituals with you, my love and support. I'm letting you know that no matter what, I'm going to do my best to be here because I know that you guys are showing up for me. I think that's amazing. Blind Guy, his wife, their life. What the power of music, right? That's what a theme song is all about. The power of music. Can the beat move you, the rhythm? What causes you to go ahead and dance, to get up and move around? That part. Something in there connects you. And then when you connect to the music, you can share that music with somebody else and share that connection. You can use music to communicate the things that you couldn't say, you know? I don't think that, I probably use music to communicate love as the first emotion that I couldn't get out. Although, frustration was certainly one. When you are one of three daughters and you're in a family of six, you don't really, get to say everything you want to say. You have to learn when to speak and when not to. So sometimes I just go in my room and turn on my music and let the words or the beat or the the tempo, um, express what I couldn't get out. And before I forget, you guys, I want to make sure that I say thank you to Frank Gooden, Patrice Garner, um, and everyone who gave me Cash App support yesterday, who made a donation. Y'all, please forgive me. My brain really is trying to get there. Excuse me. But when it comes to trying to determine how to cleanse your energy, your spirit, what you need to do in order to cleanse that, whether or not it's more than just a moment, I want you to think about whether or not you can stand to be alone with yourself. How did I get to the space where I could define my spirit separate from all those other things? Having to be alone with myself. How did I figure out that I needed a theme song to be able to move throughout the day? Same thing. Being alone with myself. What does that look like? When you're disabled, you have a host of chronic illnesses. It can look the same as others, and sometimes it can look different, right? For me, I can be alone. I can be by myself. I cannot be by myself in dark silence. That's a dangerous place for me. That's a dangerous place for anyone you may know who may have some mental health issues. And so, if you do know someone who's in that situation, make sure you reach out and check on them. When I ask you, how's your spirit? It's because I know it could be you and you need some support. Just someone to say a few kind words, to hear you out, to listen to you speak, you know, give you the space to let go of some of those things sometimes. I'm sorry, Ellie JJ and Quita, I may have said the wrong person there. Excuse me. Ellie JJ, I think that it's amazing. I know a young lady who I've known since culinary school, so at least 10 years ago. And when I met her, I had asked her if she had family close by. You know, had she reached out to her mother while she was in school? And she had some disdain for her mother. And I remember thinking to myself, man, but you've only got one. And I'd give anything to have mine back. Anything to have one more conversation with her. Right. When I was in culinary school, we had to do this thing, project where you were required to tell them what your last meal was going to be and who you were going to share it with. All of my classmates were like, "Oh, I'm going to have foie gras with Mahatma Gandhi." By the way, that doesn't work because Gandhi was a vegetarian, and duck liver ain't a thing for him. Or I'm gonna I don't know, I'm going to go to the top of the Empire State Building and have such and such with so and so. Y'all want to know? Let me tell you what mine was. Mine was very, very simple. And if any of you are from Memphis, excuse me, or have been, you'll know what I'm talking about. Um, Excuse me, y'all. Okay. Uh, there's a place in Memphis called Payne's Barbecue. And there's also a thing in Memphis called barbecue bologna. Okay. So, my last meal, I would like to have Payne's barbecue with my mother. I am going to order her a barbecue bologna sandwich, and I am going to have a deep fried hot link dipped in barbecue sauce and smothered in yellow mustard coleslaw. That is how I'm going to end my day. That's how I'm going to end my moments. And my teachers were so upset and disappointed. And you know what? I really didn't give a Rasputin. That would mean the world to me. Thank you so much, my vivid life. Um, I appreciate y'all being here and bearing with me. Okay, so here's the something that no one really should know about me. Have y'all ever seen 16 Candles? No, The Breakfast Club. In The Breakfast Club, there's a scene where they're like, show me basically like your stupid human trick or whatever it is, right? I have one of those, and it's really not attractive, but it's relevant to the moment because I thought I was going to have to do it. And if y'all see my camera go dark, it's because I thought better of it finally. Um, I can stealth mm, vomit. No one knows. We could be sitting here having a conversation, and if there's a cup in my hand, I can just kind of put my head forward and then put my head back, and you'd never know. Um, it's this illness after and having had been on opioid therapy so long, they make you sick to your stomach, and so yeah, I would try to hide it that way, and over time, it's become this weird thing that I can do, very unattractive. Um, Trash Can Wave, so glad to see you in the building. How's your spirit today? I hope that things are going well for you. I saw some of your videos. You are a riot. I'm gonna need you to stop running from so many people, though, bruh. It's time for you to sit down, cuzzo, and figure out how to keep it hot. But we got you. I love all of the John Hughes movies too. It's all about my childhood, and that's one of the things that's bothering me about this whole cancel culture thing they got going on right now. They keep trying to cancel my doggone childhood, everything. Oh, the sexual aggression in this, the such and such in that, the misogyny. Come on, y'all. We didn't think about any of those things. That was our lives. That was the fun part of it. Trash can waste. I'm gonna need you to stop flirting with all the women in the building as soon as you get here. I don't think it's okay. Besides, you didn't flirt with me first. It's the least you could do in my stream, bruh. I'm kidding, um, you got your stream of money. What you gonna do with it? Where you gonna go? You got to bring the whole struggle stream family. That's most important. It'll keep our spirit up. In reality, if you want to keep my spirit up, all you got to do is buy me some Mentos. I won't front. I'm easy. It's not hard to please. Third Coast Royalty in the house. Hey, handsome, how's your spirit this morning? So glad to see you. Listen, y'all, I can be a little bit protective of my space. You can flirt with the ladies. Just make sure you give me some love too. It's all I'm asking. A flirting maniac. I feel like it. Are you also a serial monogamist? You trying to find that special one? I'm the one standing in the corner back here inside of my frame. I'm gonna let that go today. I know, right? Can we get a part of that trash can waste? If you could just, ride through everybody's buy me a coffee and drop five. You got five on it. Grab your. Hey, that song was out when I went to Spain. Back then, I was a well behaved young lady, though, and so I didn't do those types of things. Yeah, I can see how that would be LEJJ. Certainly can understand that. Hey, I see it. Oh, that was for me. Thank you so much. Despite my little, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna try not to bring any of those events to the struggle stream. I guarantee you. Well, Kelly, what time? when you're dealing with other people, like I decided to cut my streams off on on Tuesday, because Wednesday through Friday, Blind Guy, his wife, their live stream in the morning at the same time, and without them I wouldn't have the 40 something subscribers that I do. So I made space for that. And then I also know, like I said, how I chose was that Saturday and Sunday mornings to me are when you're supposed to be thinking about family, spending family time, and I want to reach family. I want us to have a conversation that involves family. So Saturday and Sunday mornings, and then Monday and Tuesday, let's get our week started. Make sure y'all got a theme song going. Um, Make sure that we're trying to put some of the best things out in the world. And I want to be nosy about what y'all actually did with your weekends, right? I sit on my porch. That's how I get to live life. So I'm going to live all of the joys vicariously through y'all. Trash can waves running from folks, you twirling in that beautiful little black dress. Quita and Corey out there just on stage, on shine all the time. So there's so much y'all got going on. I want to find out what y'all did over the weekend, and I want to see what we can start to put into our thoughts and actions during the week. So, maybe try to take it from that perspective, what you can offer. I need you to get that thought monkey off your back at Trash Can Waves. So, like I said, why do I keep saying at? Because I'm used to typing it. Um, I think that Trash Can Ways, my anti-thoughting agency is coming together sooner than later. I really am working on getting my consulting business off the ground, and I might even give you a complimentary consultation or four. I feel like yours might be kind of deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, Trash Can Waves. Like, if you start with the lead attorney, if you can survive 8 hours and then go through everyone else, you never have to pay for anything. I pay for YouTube Premium just so that there's no commercials in the event that I decide not to watch something live. Right? Those $20, well worth it. Plus, it makes it easier for me to be able to add in the little extra things for you all. Third Coast Royalty. Now that's a brother I'm pretty sure does not need my anti-thoughting services, but if you want to tell me, some things, if you need some support and I just don't know it, I think you got it though. You don't hang around with them kind of young ladies. You'd be a good influence on the Trash Can Waves, I'm sure. You're right. I told you, Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They always out here just giving us a polite little nudge. Quita's always just right over there. So thank you guys so much. Y'all helped me make it to 42 minutes. I didn't think I was gonna make it to 4.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link. I want to have a conversation. I want to know what your self care is. Okay, what is your self care? Make sure that you include your spirit. Okay, if you have a theme song and you haven't shared it with me already, please do that. Um, and I can certainly understand if you don't want to come up, but I would appreciate the company. We'll see. We'll definitely go for an hour. We'll see if we can make it to an hour and a half. You all truly look out for me so I can spend some time with y'all. Oops. There we go. So I'm dropping the link. Listen, why are you telling everything out here, Trash Can Ways? I told you we can't keep nothing. I'm trying. Listen, I love y'all. You all take care of me. You all show up. You keep me from talking to myself or screaming into the void. The least that I can make sure is that each one of my subscribers is cared for. My citizens is cared for. Right? Like I said, y'all aren't really subscribers to me. You're citizens. We're moving through this life together. We're getting through it together. And that matters. Um, and so, if I find out things haven't been quite the nicest, then I'm going to make sure that I address that. You know, I can't create a compassionate space over here if I don't make sure that I say it from time to time that it's important. Um, Oil pulling, is oil pulling like the oil pulling through your teeth, Quita? Um, this trash can waves. That's very sweet. I think we all kind of feel that way. I am I'm always surprised when I meet people who feel like kindreds, you know, we might have been who feel like we might have been in the womb together somewhere. I don't know, but it's amazing to get onto the internet and find so much care and love in relative strangers. And yet we all know that we've got some connection. And isn't that what I said? That's what our spirit is. Your spirit is the energy you give to and receive from the world. Your spirit is that one little atom of the universe that's inside of us, each and every one of us, right? And how we move, how our spirit interacts with another. We're going to come across positive people. We're going to come across negative people in our day, in our lives, in our communities. We've got to figure out how we deal with that, right? So part of taking care of your spirit, self-care, concern, so making sure you got your doctrine together. Ate good food this weekend. What did you eat, sir? Please make sure that it includes some fruits and vegetables, or else blind guy, his wife, their life will have to get upset with you too. I had, let's see, yesterday we barbecued. Um, like I said, I'm a Memphis girl, so barbecuing is in my blood. I should say, yeah, barbecuing, grilling, the full on, hitting it with the smoke and the love and the time. I'm that kind of barbecuing girl. And so we did some ribs and chicken, but I also did some potatoes and some veggies, corn. Man, grilled corn is the best thing ever, y'all. Don't get me started on those things. But anyway, um, do you do it every day, Quita? Or blind guy his wife their life? I'm sorry. Like, do you oil pull every time, or is it every so often? I tried it. I didn't really. It just was the mouthfeel. It was not something that I could really handle. You know what I mean? Oh, third coast royalty, you grilling today. I love to see a man behind the grill. Let me tell y'all something about barbecue smoke on my significant other. It's like a Pavlovian thing for me. You know, Pavlov's dogs. The whistle, the whole salivating, yeah, bruh, like that. Like that's some of my self care. What you want me to truly appreciate you in a day? Go buy me some Mentos and come home smelling like barbecue smoke. You get me to follow you anywhere. Um, but again, it's stuff like that. Knowing those things about myself, my partner knowing those things about me, right? Being able to seeing and knowing that I need that. If you've got a community like that, you know, it that's part of it too. That's part of self care. Making sure that the people in your life are the type who will show up smelling like barbecue smoke with a pack of Mentos. And that's okay. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer by George Thorogood. That's going to be your theme song for today. Good to know. Kelly, I think I already added yours. So we're going to go. Is that the actual name of the song? Because if I type all this in here, I'm going to be real mad at you. Trash. It is. You win. It's the first one that comes up. I'm excited. I'm gonna when I get off of the stream, I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm probably gonna take a nap, y'all, because, whew, child, this morning was something else. But basically, citizens, the thing that I want you to understand and take away from this stream is that, and my content in general, you control your narrative. You can do and be and move however you choose. You got to accept the outcome. There might be some consequences. You know, you may end up having to deal with um, peripheral drama because you allowed some of the wrong people in from time to time, or whatever the case may be. But you move your world, not the other way around. Um, 5%ers would say that you stand on your square, but you control your cipher. That's the 360 degrees around you, right? The people you allow into your world, into your space. You're also inviting them into your family space. You're inviting them into the struggle stream space. And are you sure that they're people that you want there? So sometimes self-care and cleansing your spirit is cleansing yourself of toxic people. So many behaviors can build up inside of one person that they can become toxic. Is there toxic masculinity or toxic femininity? Nope. I think there are behaviors that are taken to the extreme and they become toxic. Enough of those behaviors inside of one person and they are toxic. That means that you have to set them all the way away from you. Some people you can set away from you and just feed them with a long handled spoon. Other people, you have to completely remove them from your lives. Because that's about your self care. That's about making sure that you're having uh, a positive experience, a thriving experience. I swear I want to make thrival a word. It's not, but I'd like to make it one. Anyway, you cannot thrive if you're dragging along all of your baggage, all of the human baggage that comes with other people's emotions and trauma and drama and stress. It doesn't work that way. You've got to look into yourself. It's called introspection. Look inside of you, see what it is about you that you and other people cannot be alone with. And can you fix it? That's the first step to being accountable to yourself. I know it's a bad word out here in social media these days. It's overused just like toxic. But it's something that we do have to do. We have to look at ourselves and hold ourselves accountable for our good and our bad, right? We have to be thankful and pray for the positive things and the bad ones. We need them all to get through this life. Exactly, Ellie JJ. I'm going to read it every day. I decide if I'm going to be happy or not. Some days I do decide to be unhappy, rare, but at least I understand it is my choice. And you're right, Ellie JJ. Sometimes we need to have that unhappy moment. What did I say? You have to empty your vessel. Sometimes you have to pour out of your vessel negativity. You don't want to pour it onto other people, but you can cry it out. You can anger it out. You can kickbox it out. You can yell it out in a space where there's no one else. Sometimes I have to have a day where I'm in the dark and I'm sad. Because I know that if I try to force it not to happen, it'll be even more difficult down the line. So I tell myself, you've got 24 hours to be in this space. It'll probably be today after this. Not that you all have not eased my spirit tremendously and made me feel so much better, right? You guys supported me and helped me to get to almost a full hour when I didn't think I was going to make it a minute, right? When I was really ready just to be like, you know what, I'm canceling this stream. But I do know that this already has taken a toll on my body. And so I need to give it a break. I need to sit in the dark. I need to turn on some music so that it's not quiet. And I need to kind of just let it ease over me, right? That's the thing. Wow, 15 to 20 minutes every day. I think that's absolutely amazing. Blind guy, his wife, their life. I may have to go ahead and give it a shot again. The last time I tried it was about 3 years ago. And to be honest, I only did it for like a week. Like I said, that mouthfeel is just something that I couldn't do. Hello, Lynette Whitehead. That's a new name for us. Thank you so much for stopping in and checking out the stream. Um, Feel free to tell us about how's your spirit today? Do you have a theme song? Is there something motivating you this morning, keeping you going? Drop it in the chat. So guys, excuse me. Lynette, I'm sorry that you came to a day when I'm going to have to cut the stream short. Usually I will do two hours. The second hour I'll open it up, and if everybody wants, we run as long as there's someone who wants to chat, talk. If you want to unpack your black, I certainly give you the space to do that. And so I'm going to drop the link again. But I'm also, excuse me, I'm also going to take um, uh, this last couple of minutes and say thank you guys so much for showing up. I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping here, just in case, because if we don't have anyone come up today, I am going to go ahead and cut the stream short. But that means that tomorrow I will do 2 hours. Excuse me. Um, Trash Can Waves, thank you so much for asking. No, the having some symptoms this morning with the fibromyalgia, these sudden changes in the temperature, the weather, a lot of things kind of affect my body really easily. And so I've been nauseous and ill this morning. I made it into the stream, and I've been able to go, but I really don't want to push it. And I could, you know, medicate and kind of stop it, but I certainly don't want to do that on the stream either. I respect you all's family who may be present, the little ones, that is, you adults. I fully think that you are 420 medication friendly, so I'm not worried about that. Um, Thank you so much, Quita. I really do appreciate it. Oh, trash can waste. That's okay. You guys being here makes it easier for me. I feel like I've accomplished something. So if you guys have anything that you want to talk about, please feel free. LEJJ, I fake it until I make it. Days like today, that. uh, Um, but then I look at some of the folks that we've got out here in our mainstream media space now, faking it till they make it, and look what they've turned into. Look at the fellas from Fresh and Fit and whatever. They were faking it until they made it, and now they had to have their hands slapped, and they have been kicked out of the manosphere. Right? That's amazing. I bet it is a great way to keep 15 to 20 minutes of. Mm-hmm. It keeps them quiet and occupied. I'm sure. Do they know that that's why you're doing it? Yes, they have a beautiful smile, but do they know that that's what the real secret is? Oh, I'm definitely about to go ahead and get off this stream. I just saw some things fly behind me. I'm not sure what they were. See? um, so let me do this little bit of housekeeping, you guys. I appreciate you so much for showing up. Without y'all, I wouldn't be able to keep going. Uh, and so things that I would like for you all to know. I am in the process of building my Discord channel, my Discord server. The end of the next stream, I should have it up and ready for you all to see. And please come visit and check out. I'm also creating one for the Struggle Stream family so that we can do some of the communicating behind the scenes. Like I said yesterday, I had finished up everything and I was in backstage and having a conversation with Quita. And then the next thing I know, I hit the wrong X and she was gone and there was no way to get back to her. So creating that space over on Discord, I think, would be beneficial to us all. If you would like to be involved in some way, please shoot an email to me at jpsaspiringmatriarch at gmail.com. You can find that email in my about. Also, in my about section, you'll find a link to my Cash App. Thank you all so much for the donations. It'll be a while before your girl is monetized, but I'll be over on Buy Me a Coffee trying to grow my memberships there because I need 1,000 folks over here and 4,000 watch hours before I can get a discussion tab or a community tab on YouTube. But over on Buy Me a Coffee and Discord, we can have those conversations anytime and we can keep them going. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And then outside of that, I just want to thank you. Indeed, Ellie JJ, some of that will be some fans only action over there. I've got some videos just of my day, of things that I experience, things that I do that I really want to share with the folks who show up for me all of the time. And I think that y'all deserve a little bit of something extra. So we're going to do that over on Buy Me a Coffee and Discord. What we gonna make happen, Third Coast Royalty. Now don't be getting me excited before I get off this stream. Too energized to go to sleep when I need to. You guys, I thank you so much for showing up for me each time. I thank you for dropping your theme songs, checking on me when I'm not here. It makes me feel like I'm valuable. We all need some part of that. It makes me feel like my words matter. We all need some of that. We all need our own community. Boy, am I putting that thing back up there. Ow. uh, so, how about y'all take these sage words of wisdom from me? Keep your spirit up. I appreciate you all so much. Without you all, I would not be. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the comments go. I am going to end the broadcast. I am going to leave this going for about another 30 seconds or so you all can say your goodbyes to one another. Thank you all for showing up again. I promise you that I will do my best to share even when my days are their hardest. You know, if it's only 5 minutes, so that you can see and understand that it's real. We all go through it. I'm here for you. I'll share my pain and my story so you don't have to, as long as you get up and you keep fighting every day. As long as you keep your spirit up and you keep moving towards your dreams and your goals, I'll be there too. Okay? Y'all have a blessed one.